Hey, what's up, folks? This is Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, the channel that always has your back and tells it like it is. Well, today's video is going to be a long-awaited update on Jasmy. So if this is your first time to the channel, or if you are a subscriber, I originally did a video on Jasmy back towards the end of November 2021. Since that time, a ton of news has happened that is very bullish for this project. And so in today's video, it's going to be split into two parts. Part one is going to be talking all about all of that bullish news that's been happening over the last 3 months. And then part two is going to be about the elephant in the room, the chart that continues to go down. So why is the chart going down? Well, I think I've figured that out, and I want to share that with you today. Now, lastly, I'm also going to give you a heads up on what I've been doing all along and what I'll be doing with Jasmy moving forward. So if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit the like button. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And if you click the bell, you'll be made aware whenever I post time-sensitive content just like this. And now, let's get it going. All right, so as I mentioned in the intro, my original video on Jasmy was roughly at the end of November 2021. Where we're going to pick up with the news is from then all the way up until today. So first of all, December 6th, Jasmy released the Agent DR version of Jasmy Secure PC for corporate entities to download. This is the corporate agent application of the PDL, or Personal Data Locker. It's used together with the Manager application to securely manage teams and organizations. It is free from December 6th all the way through March 31st of this year, 2022. If the corporation subscribes within that window, they receive the service free for 1 whole year. Now, the products are geared towards corporate entities and social organizations, particularly in Japan, all right? Now, December 16th, Jasmy conducted an experiment with Nippon Travel Agency, which they say was the first major application of blockchain in the tourism industry, obviously, again, in Japan. So the goal is to help Nippon become a provider of customer and regional solutions and complete their digital transformation to future-proof their business. For those who don't know, Nippon is the oldest travel agency in Japan with annual sales of over $500 million. So this isn't just some little travel agency down the street. This is a pretty large one. December 23rd, BitPoint Japan, this is a cryptocurrency exchange, appointed Tsuyoshi Shinjo as a brand ambassador and paid him partially in Jasmy coin. Now, he essentially was a former baseball player and is the current manager of the Nippon Ham Fighters, so that's where that comes in. Now, on January 17th, they also released their best article yet, titled, "What is Jasmy and is it worth investing in?" Now, this article can be found on jasmy-global.medium.com. So, for those who don't know, Jasmy was established in 2016 and develops and provides data security and sharing services within Jasmy's IoT platform infrastructure. Jasmy Token was the first blockchain project approved to list on the Japanese digital currency exchange. Jasmy is Japan's first legal and compliant digital currency. Now, the reason this is relevant is there's actually a recent post on CoinMarketCap. Somebody left a comment in there saying, oh, it's about to get delisted. Total FUD post, right? They list no source from where that's coming from. And there was about 30 comments after, 10 of which are saying, hey, do you have a source? And the other 10 or the other 20 are deleted, right? So you really don't know what's going on. I tried to look for this in Google, found nothing. So I don't know if I believe that one, right? Now, Jasmy has patented technology in the form of the SKC, which is data storage and interaction technology used in fintech. The Personal Data Locker, or PDL, is this technology. They also have Jasmy SG, which is distributed authentication technology, which enables device data to interact with the owner, who can then store, manage, or deploy data on any device with the Jasmy IoT. So in regards to Jasmy Coin, Hera, he is the CFO, who I recommend following if you're on Twitter, tweeted that it will be used to exchange personal data soon. This is going to be a significant positive announcement for people that invested in Jasmy. He says it means Jasmy coin will usher in commercial deflationary environment. And as more organizations turn to Jasmy Net, interest in the coin will increase and the currency with it. Jasmy's utility will be to pay service fees as reward in exchange for providing data and to access stored data in the PDL. So how does Jasmy work? Well, at its easiest, the easiest way to explain this is that it creates and maintains infrastructure data owners need to securely store, access, exchange, and use their data. All right, that's it. Now, February 2nd, the announcement of intent to set up a North American base on the West Coast to build business relationships and promote alliances. So obviously they're targeting Silicon Valley. Okay, that's most likely where this is going. February 9th, Jasmy Secure PC Agent Pro Edition and Manager Application Edition were officially released. So Secure PC monitors security and manages data on employee computers, while Manager Application manages work progress of employees in real time. Ooh, it's like a Big Brother kind of thing, right? So it uses blockchain plus IoT for the first time to manage remote employee computers, and uses blockchain to remotely and securely check the status of employees' computer hardware. So that's a good thing. Now, some additional goals include, so Jasmy will work towards strengthening cooperation with financial, fintech, and crypto asset companies. Jasmy will set up a research and development base in Asia for the purposes of upgrading their IoT chip and module. And lastly, that Jasmy will soon launch the English version of Secure PC along, and this is pretty important in my view, with PCs pre-installed with Secure PC in Asia. Now, outside of all of that, Jasmy also announced 4 more exchange listings, right? I mean, the amount of exchanges it's on is just crazy. SimpleSwap on December 2nd was announced. Crypto.com on December 9th. We had Wazir X, this is the Indian exchange, on February 14th, and Huobi Global on February 15th. Now, they've also had all along the way various promotions, including on December 10th through the 17th, they had a promotion for Japanese residents with the MEXC Global Exchange to give away 80,000 Jasmy. All users had to do was invest over $2,000 USDT, and they would receive 1,000 Jasmy. December 18th, Ho Ho Hodl on cex.io, where users simply needed to buy 500 Jasmy and could win up to $1,200 in Jasmy. January 5th, we had, and this is the one that I'm really jealous of, 35% APY staking on Binance. Obviously here in the US, we have Binance US, yeah, I know, which offers basically nothing. And everybody else around the world who's got the full Binance could get 35% staking on this one. So that's the one I was kind of jealous of. That's a really big deal. Now, what we did get here in the US, here's our consolation prize, is they offered a Learn and Earn on Coinbase where you could earn $3. So, hey, that's great for spreading the word, not so good for anybody looking to stake. All right, anyway. Now, outside of all of that, they've also had numerous AMAs all along the way, okay? Now, for the second half of this video, let's take a look at the chart. All right, so the first thing that we are going to look at today is the Jasmy chart that is in CoinMarketCap. So what I in particular wanted to show you here is a couple things. So in this chart, we're comparing Jasmy to Bitcoin for the price. Now, what I would expect with a coin like Jasmy is for it to be above Bitcoin because it's a new altcoin, right? It has more room to run, more gains to make. And it kind of looks like that was the case for basically, some of 2020 here. And then after that, it kind of levels out, right? Now, if we look at market cap, let's take a look at this one. Market cap is even more telling. So you can see here that when the coin came out, it basically rose up here. Here it is compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's the yellow line and Jasmy is the blue line. And look at Jasmy kind of start dropping right here, right around November or so. and the market cap is going, well below Bitcoin in comparison. Now, why that's interesting? So, first of all, looking at the market cap right now, is that it's still nearly $93 million. All right. Now, let me show you this. So, in terms of our hodlers, how many people are holding Jasmy? Right now, 19,284 wallets. And look at this, it just keeps going up every day, right? So, if we look at the 3-month on this, look at that. So we keep adding more and more wallets as time goes by. From November all the way through till now, it just keeps on adding more and more wallets each day. In terms of the top 10 wallets, they only have 38%. But if you're looking at the top 100, roughly 92% of the tokens are in those wallets. Now, I wanted to go to TradingView and show you the different versions of Jasmy because I think this is really telling here. Let me go to this first one here. So this one is taken from Coinbase. So this is the Jasmy chart, right? Now, the first thing that stands out to me in this chart is the money outflow that you can see down below in the market cipher. So look at this red outflow wave. That means we've had, some pretty significant money outflow that kind of started, let's say, December and has increased all the way through till now, where you could argue that it probably bottomed out so far on the 21st. Now, when you're looking at the volume bars, the red bars are steadily moving upward, which tells me that there's selling going on Coinbase, right? Now let's go to the next one because each of these exchanges, has their own allotment of tokens, and it really is quite telling here. So this one is Bitfinex. You can see with them, money outflow again looks very similar. The wave is increasing. Currently, we are in a oversold area on the RSI. Okay. Next, and we are moving now to KuCoin. This one, I think, is the most telling of all of them. So if you look at this chart here on KuCoin, look at the rise in selling. Okay. So this tells me that somebody has definitely been dumping their bags from roughly, let's say January, mid-January through today. They have been dumping their bags of Jasmy. And, when you look at the chart, why would somebody be selling this much at the lowest possible point? Well, the only logical explanation is that it's somebody who got the coin for free or next to nothing, right? So, in my view, this is either an insider. I know they did a management restructuring. This could be a VC capital firm that's selling. It could also be, they've done a lot of promotions where they've gave away coins. Could be people unloading those, but somehow I doubt it. This looks more specific and obvious. I mean, look at this trend here. It couldn't get any more obvious that somebody is dumping the coin and purposefully driving the price down long term. And to be selling at the lowest possible level, that tells me it's somebody who most likely got this for free, right? Let's look at the next one here. So our next one, this is Bittrex. So this chart is a little bit better. This one is a longer chart. Let me modify it a little bit here so you can see it a little better. Whoops. Let's do that, and we'll shrink it down a little bit. Now look at this one here. So on Bittrex, the biggest selling happened way back in August. Look at that. And it kind of spiked all the way, let's say, October. And then it completely trailed off to next to nothing. This tells me that whoever was selling back then probably unloaded whatever they had, right? Now, you can see that outflow in the market cipher, but a lot of that, in my view, has to do with those coins that are on KuCoin. Let's go to the next one here. So this is, let's see, CoinX. So CoinX. So you can see again, we got somebody dumping the price. And look at this huge sell bar right here. I mean, this is the price at, 2.5 cents. why on earth would anybody who, let's say, bought it above that sell it 2.5 cents? Doesn't make any sense. Going further, let's see here. So this is from Huobi. So this one is a brand new one, basically just trending downward. And then our last one here, BitGet, you couldn't get any more of a nosedive in a chart. I don't think I've ever seen a worse chart than this one. So pretty funny. I mean, that is an awful chart right there. So now something else that I did want to show was if I go to KuCoin here, look at this on KuCoin. So you know, you can see basically the red selling versus the green buying. And it has been dominantly on red selling. Look at this. So it keeps kind of, shifting, with time, but that is pretty significant. And that's what tells me that somebody is absolutely just been unloading this thing on KuCoin, which is evident in that trading view chart. So the bottom line here with Jasmy and why it's going down is I think we're looking at manipulation from somebody who has gotten these coins for nothing, and they are absolutely dumping them on KuCoin right now, which is evident that they started dumping them mid-January, and they haven't really stopped yet. So in terms of all of the other bullish news, with this chart, the one saving grace is that hopefully this is starting to finally level out a little bit. You can see the curve kind of lessening here. So hopefully we're at the bottom in the near future. But, where it's at right now is currently oversold, meaning that these are still really great prices. If you want to pick up Jasmy, this is a good time to do it, especially as this particular person or entity continues to unload what they've got. Now, grand total, going back to CoinMarketCap, only 10% of the Jasmy supply is in circulation right now, which tells me, we still have another 90% that could come out. So out of this batch that's being unloaded, this is part of that 10%. So I think this time will pass for Jasmy, and I do see it rebounding in the near future. In the meantime, obviously, we need whoever this is to finish unloading their bags. All right? Here at the Keeping It Real Finance channel, we need your support. All of the content on this channel is entirely organic, meaning we did the video on a topic that we simply like, or we did it because of a request from one of you, our viewers. So that being said, if you enjoyed today's video and would like to support the channel, there are multiple ways you can do that to help us to continue to create and level up our content. Our affiliate links will be available in the video description to cover platforms we endorse and use ourselves. Support the channel today and earn sign-up bonuses along the way. We also have a merch shop available with links below the video or directly by visiting KIRfinance.myspreadshop.com, where we offer tons of great designs and product options. We've got everyone in the family covered. Help support us by picking up merch and sharing your photo on social media. We may even send you an NFT. Speaking of NFTs, at OpenSea.io we have our NFT series, The Liberty or Death Crossroads, available now. Pick one up today and enjoy special upcoming perks and exclusive content with our planned upcoming courses, Patreon, and Discord group. If you're a reader and simply looking to step up your game in personal finance, I also wrote a book in 2015 titled Driving Through Potholes, Financial Strategy and Life Lessons for Those Looking to Rediscover the American Dream. The book is available now at Amazon in Kindle and paperback. And lastly, if you'd simply like one-on-one consulting, feel free to reach out anytime at keepingitrealsince1982@gmail.com. We greatly appreciate your support today, and now let's get back to the video. All right, so where does all of that leave us on Jasmy today? First of all, I think it leaves us with an absolute truckload of bullish news. Bullish news, bullish news, bullish news. Lots and lots of bullish news over the last 3 months. The chart, totally bearish, right? Bearish chart across the board. The KuCoin chart is the absolute worst, where somebody is clearly nosediving the coin. So this tells me this is either an insider. I know they had a management restructure Could that be who it is? Maybe. It could be a VC capitalist, somebody who invested up front and now they're unloading. Or, you know, it could be somebody through various promotions, but somehow I doubt the promotion angle. You know, basically what that chart says is this is somebody to be selling it now at sort of the bargain bin flea market price is somebody who got this thing for next to nothing. And therefore, they don't care that they're selling it at 2 cents for each coin, right? So, you know, that's weird, and that's definitely shady. That's not typical behavior or activity within a project. So that's really weird. Now, what's a positive thing here is that even with that going on, only 10% of the coin is in circulation. So there is still like 90% that needs to go out there. So I think this time frame will pass where this entity or person is unloading their tokens, and then it will recover from there. How long it will take it to recover, who knows? You know, with the chart going down, it does look like it's starting to level out a little bit. In terms of what am I doing, right? What have I been doing the whole time? And I wanted to share this. Was basically since my very first video, I was very bullish on this one, mainly due to I was highly impressed with the management team in particular. The idea of, you know, data is diamonds, right? I heard this from somebody on Twitter who was doing a little conference, and they kept saying, data is diamonds, right? And, you know, they got a point. Data is diamonds. And supposedly, you know, I think it was originally they cited Facebook was making something like $28 per user on the platform. And Jasmy thinks that with their IoT platform, they could bump that number all the way up to like 500 per user. So in terms of data is worth a lot, right? It really is, especially if you can manage it securely. When you combine blockchain and IoT, really smart. And then, you know, so we've got the team behind corporate Sony of Japan. We've got patented technology. The other thing, you know, all the exchange listings, which by the way, it's everywhere, and you can follow my referral links, you know, KuCoin, Coinbase, etc., whatever. But I am nearly positive they have had to pay to get listed on all these exchanges. And I have never seen another cryptocurrency project get listed on so many exchanges so quickly as Jasmy has. So that tells me they are investing significantly in upfront marketing. They're also already trying to build an office in Asia for the R&D with the chip and the module, and they're trying to build an office in, you know, most likely Silicon Valley, West Coast USA, so they can build business relationships and alliances and get that English version out of Secure PC Pro. So tons of bullish news. You know, again, a weirdly bearish chart, whatever. I have been buying it throughout from my last video, $10 a day DCA. That's kind of what I put into this one, right? I'm up to like 15,000 plus Jasmy, and I'm going to keep on adding, okay? Especially at 2 cents. I am still very bullish on this one. You know, some of the chart stuff is weird. That FUD post on CoinMarketCap was totally weird. You know, some of these things got to work themselves out, and I think they will. And maybe part of this could be just, you know, a disconnect between Japan being kind of, you know, this isolated corporate quality environment that's now getting commingled into cryptocurrency and, you know, VC capitalists and scammers and that kind of thing, right? So I think I think behind the project we have very good products. We've got a good team. Obviously, they're marketing with the promotions, the AMAs, more exchange listings. So I do see a lot of good things in the future. How long it'll take this chart to correct, who knows? It could be a while. At least until this person or entity is done unloading their bags, okay? In the meantime, when a chart is really low like this, you know, basically this is the low price equals low demand, whereas high price equals high demand, right? Well, we're at the low price equals low demand part for this one. Nobody wants it because the price is low. Well, this is actually the best time to check out a coin like this one. So if you think it's a bullish project, now's the time to look into it. If you sold your bags really low, I mean, sorry about that, but clearly there is somebody who's manipulating the price here. Personally, I have not sold a single thing. I just keep on adding. And that's what I'll do because that's where I have all the control, right? So that's it for today's video on Jasmy with an update. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget that I'm also on Twitter at KIR Finance, where you can find me tweeting and retweeting on a regular basis. Check me out there. And lastly, for a friendly reminder, this is Jesse with Keeping It Real Finance, the channel that always has your back and tells it like it is. And I will see you on the next one. Later.